Oh my! Well, hello. Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. So, let's see. I got a couple questions that just came in. Let me see if I can't turn on a light. How do you guys, how you guys with the sound? Let me know if you can hear me all right. You should. Just, saying. All right. So, plug this guy in here. Hello. Turn this guy on there. Ka-chow. All right. Maybe that's a little bit better. Shine a little light on the subject. What's up, y'all? Sound is cool, right? So, here. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Boom. Got me a couple new comic books up in here. What? Holy crap. Oh, yeah. Luke Cage was canceled. Yeah, can you believe it? Like, literally, that just makes absolutely no sense. Thanks, Cryptid. I appreciate it, brother. That makes absolutely 0 sense that they would cancel Luke Cage. No clue what that's supposed to be all about. Like, are they trying to clown around and play games and like, oh, but we're also going to be doing such and such, Iron Fist or something. Did I just rip open... Yeah, this is the stupidest way to bag these things, man. This is the problem with buying comic books at a place that is not meant for selling comic books. Dude, I can't believe they freaking went and put this thing together like this. And I just butchered this bag. Oh, no, they butchered the bag. Okay, I guess I feel better about it now. Bunch of morons. Mirans. Ah, lovely. Lovely. Thank you, you freaking numbskulls. Lovely. Okay, so anyway, let me show you what I got here real quick. What are my thoughts on the Avengers support staff? I don't know what that means. There's a Dick Summoner. Yeah, I'm kind of going to agree here. Actually, I'll say hi to everybody in a moment. So check this out. I got a couple comics here. Age of Reptiles, The Journey, issue number 1 of 4 from Dark Horse. No idea what this is. I have never seen this before, but it came with the Rann-Thanagar War, Part 1. So I'm down for that, man. Part 1, bang, nice. So, and this is the original Rann-Thanagar War. Boom, throw those down there. Also, I got Hotwire, Requiem for the Dead, Part 4 of 4 from Radical Comics. I don't know what that is. But from Avatar, I got the first two, or technically the first 2 issues, but issue number 0, 1, and 2. So the first 3 issues. But yeah, of Gravel from Warren Ellis. So I'm looking forward to reading up on those. All right, so that's what I got there. I also got one other thing. I got complimented on my lightsaber collection recently. Well, I've got the final lightsaber. Well, pretty much. I guess there's like a couple more I could consider getting, but look at that. I've got Darth Maul's lightsaber, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Just be like, and just start jacking some people up. So I'm happy. This is the main one I was looking to get. So I'm actually going to take Kylo Ren's lightsaber down and put this one up top here like that. And then have Kylo Ren's underneath it because, oh yeah, this is awesome. And I'm so happy I got Darth Maul's lightsaber. Finally. So, why not have a Ghost Rider series with all Ghost Riders, a road trip through hell? Considering the Krypton says that. Mark, considering the Flash combined Dawn Allen with XS to make Nora. Wow, that sounds fun. I saw, what's her name? Is she actually married to him now? Anyway, his stepsister. I saw his stepsister. Like, that's just weird, man, marrying your stepsister. I guess it's okay, legally, technically, all things considered, but I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, so, bang. They won't be getting Bart Allen. Yeah, why not? Where aren't we getting Bart Allen? How'd they going to go and tease us Bart Allen in the comic books, and then in the latest comic, we didn't get Bart Allen? I'm saying, where's my impulse? So, yeah, all of this, I don't know. And there are too many Flash figures, so Mark is apparently way more into the Flash than I am. Calloy's Comics, what's up? Yeah, Daredevil Season 3 is good so far. I killed it. It's over. Done. My wife and I started rewatching it already. It's really good. What's up, Our Sarcasm, Joe Fisher, Sean Sadry, Yedo, Dick Summoner, I said, Joe Fisher, Nigel Red, what's up? Is that everybody who showed us so far? Bobby Beltran, what's up? Beltran, sorry, Bobby Beltran. And Dodora, 73. It was available Friday night, technically Friday morning. So 3 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. So yeah, Thursday after midnight, 3 hours after midnight on Thursday. That's always weird. We need to go to a 24-hour clock instead of this typical 12-hour clock with the AM PM. That's so annoying. Military time, that's what I say. Mark Guerrero, sup, all the way in the beginning. Yeah, man, that, like, I understood. Hey, what's up, Mr. Stark? So when they canceled Iron Fist, I'm just like, yeah, okay, I get it. But why exactly would they go and cancel Luke Cage? That was like, when season 1 came out, that was the 4th most watched thing on Netflix at the time. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. So that just doesn't make any sense to me, man. No sense. Brainless. Anyway, so a little earlier on, I was watching, editing some videos, and I'm about to give a playlist question here, right? So your musical playlist. I'm curious what you guys are, listening to in general when you do certain things. When I edit videos, I need to hear 2 different parts of the video. When I'm beginning the video, so therefore when I should start doing all the, you guys know I do the comic spread, so all the previews that they give for the comics, I like to put those in there so you guys can actually see them. A nice clear one instead of me trying to hold it up to my phone and like, look, there's the picture. Plus sometimes I get them digitally, so can't see anything then. So, what's up, 27 Mangs? So I, what do you call it? When I'm editing videos, I'll usually listen to the, some kind of music or something like that. So today I'm editing a bunch of videos, and right away I was just in the mood specifically for Down Rodeo from Rage Against the Machine. So go up there, bang, and they had a playlist on YouTube automatically. So I'm like, all right, cool, boom. I just started playing. And I start going through and just really quick, like canceling the cut. Like, I don't want to listen to that one. Let me listen to that one. Add that one. Let me get rid of this. And I'm throwing together a quick little playlist. And I'm sitting there doing what I'm doing. And then it starts giving me suggestions. And suddenly it turns, and mind you, I'm rocking the entire time. I'm sitting there putting together my stuff, uploading my stuff, timing my stuff, going back and, editing something else. And all of a sudden I realized that Weezer is playing. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Weezer. Sweater rock, that's good. That's good. Sweater vest rock, but I'm sitting here listening to Weezer, and it was a song I never heard before. The old Toto song, Africa, and they did it with Weird Al Yankovic, and that just shocks me. I'm like, what the frick am I listening to right now? I never knew they did this song. So like, how did I go from Rage Against the Machine to Weezer? How'd that happen? So I guess in that spirit, I wanted to kind of get back to where I was, but I was already someplace else. So instead, I turned around and I just put on the some Alice in Chains, the Unplugged album. I just listened to that whole thing because it's kind of like a blend of both extremes. But in general, when you guys are, I was expecting some answers already, man. When you guys are reading your comic books or you're reading whatever, do you guys listen to some music? And what do you listen to when you listen to it? What do you got on your playlist? Here we go, Joe Fisher, finally. Me, when I try to listen to music, I like the 80s and 90s music. Okay, see, now we're talking. Now we're talking. So, okay, so Sugar Hill Gang. Because I can listen to some basketball, Let's see, what else we got? Dick Summer. They did it in response to some kid hounding them to do a cover of Africa on Twitter. Really? Well, I'm down with that, man. Because, like, they really pulled that off. Like, I don't know if I would have even noticed if I didn't look and see the video. It was really, really good. So, yeah, I was pretty impressed with that. Hopefully Jessica Jones doesn't get canceled. That's something that's interesting. Oh, you listen to classical music. Nice. I can listen to some Handel because Christmas time's coming up, Handel's Messiah. But I like Bach. JS is cool too, but I like his uncle better. But Beethoven, dude, I can get down with some Beethoven. It's a shame he only made nine lousy symphonies. But, what do you call it? Beethoven did about 1 million, so I'm good there. Ooh, Tchaikovsky's good for Christmas, too. And you know what? Close enough. Mannheim Steam Wagon. So Christmas and New Year's in Sarajevo, I think it is. But what do we got? Blah blah blah. What was somebody just mentioned something? Oh yeah, Jessica Jones. See, this doesn't jive well in my head. Why cancel Luke Cage? Like when push comes to shove with Luke Cage, he's popular. They got to have some kind of a plan. Because unless I'm mistaken, Marvel did one time say, and they could always change their mind, but Marvel did at one time say to, not to me, duh, they did at one time publish that they will not be given any new titles to Netflix because they're going to be keeping everything for their thing. You know what I'm saying? For their new Disney streaming service. Well, if that's the case, then why would Netflix want to cancel anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would Netflix want to keep these characters and keep them for as long as they possibly can? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, when they canceled Iron Fist, I got it. I'm like, okay, fine. He's not making enough bank on his own. I get it. It's cool. But why cancel Luke Cage? And then, yeah, like we're saying here, how are we canceling? What if they cancel Jessica Jones also? This makes no sense, man. This makes zero sense. So I'm a little perturbed right now. What do we got here? Yeah, Joe Fisher. That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh, Dick Summer. I listened to a lot of 90s rock and grunge, 70s rock and country. Country's something I sometimes get into, especially if it's like country rock. I'm trying to remember this one band that I got into a couple years ago in like 2009. I think it was 2009. Darn it. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, yeah, there's a couple of good ones that they mix it up a little bit. It's good. Started listening to a little Willie Nelson. Now I know I'm getting old. But Willie's cool, man. Just sit back and chill. What's this? Joe Fisher. Maybe they're canceling shows before they go to the Disney streaming channel. Exactly. Creek Evol. Just saw the What If Ghost Rider review. Hey. Have forgotten there's a Marvel Comics in the Marvel Universe. Makes me wonder if there's a Marvel Studios in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well, actually, there is because they mentioned that they want to take over the Marvel Cinematic Studios. That's this Imitation Kiss band want to take over the movie universe for the Marvel movies. That was hysterical to me, dude. I almost fell out my chair with that. Mark Guerrero. Namor should be used as a villain of a Fantastic Four movie or a Black Panther movie. How about both? Why can't we have both? A new take on the Inhumans could work for both as well. Could work as well. Dude, when I was talking to Donnie Cates on that interview, what was it? Before we actually went live, I was setting up a bunch of things and we were just chatting back and forth as he's sitting there eating his salad. And he was like, I forget what. He was saying something to me and it made me think, like I answered his question, then I responded like, did you like the Inhumans movie? He's like, oh, the Inhumans TV show. He's like, what? I was like, the Inhumans TV show. Because, like, mind you, I'm not looking at him while we're talking. I'm just doing whatever, putting in a bunch of my info. And then he's just like, no, I never even heard of that. I was like, dude, it was actually on. And then I look up and I see his face. And he's cheesing big time. He's got this huge smile on his face while he's eating. And I'm just like, oh, you son of a gun. And he starts laughing well, not hysterically, but he just starts laughing like this big belly laugh. And I'm like, damn, dude. Like, I hear you. Some of those, I did qualify. Some of those actors were actually really good, but yeah, the movie was just such a failure. It was such a horrible thing. That's what it was. We were talking about the death of the Inhumans. So, yeah, I'm hearing you, Mark, and they definitely should redo the Inhumans. Jose Rivere, I probably killed your name. I'm sorry, dude. Comic Book University. I'm a big fan from Texas, new to the comic book scene, and yes, it depends on the issue I'm reading. Bang. I listen to hard rock, but yes, music and reading is worth it. It totally is. I mean, there's got to be a certain limit to the volume, but hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. It's good to have a little playlist while you listen to some tunes. So what else we got here? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Yeto, I listen to the oldies. Alt fact, depends on comic, of course. R sarcasm, I usually listen to classic rock or alternative, but ABBA has my heart. Nice, dude. Nice. Wow. I usually don't get into ABBA, but I won't turn it off if it comes on. Five-finger death punch for when I read Cosmic Ghost Rider. Heck yeah. Josh Kelly. All right. All right. I can't think of any Five-Finger Death Punch songs, but I know I've heard them before. Huh. Sean sent stuff for the... yes, I saw you sent some stuff for the podcast. I guess Season 2 disappointed for... I guess Alt Fact is talking about Iron Fist. Or you might actually be talking about Luke Cage also. Might have disappointed. I don't know. I liked it. I personally liked it. Creek Evolved, Disturbed, or Linkin Park. Ah, man, God rest his soul. When I'm down, Logic when I'm punked, and Imagine Dragons when I'm chill. That's actually a really good rounded playlist. I'm not sure about Logic, though. I don't think I've ever heard of Logic before. I have to check them out. Yeah, Disturbed and Linkin Park, though. Yeah, that's like a entropy injection right in your freaking thigh. Yeto, if Luke Cage goes to Jessica Jones as a supporting character, that would make a bit more sense. Yeah, but then are we just going to have... We might as well just make the Defenders at that point, because that's kind of where Knucklehead Iron Fist has to go, too. Not sure where Danny would go, though. See, to follow up on that. Does Punisher get a Season 2? Joe, Punisher was confirmed for a Season 2. I don't think they put a date out yet. I think they said we're going to get it sooner than we think, but I don't think an actual date was put out, though. Alt fact, Southern Rock is sweet. Southern Rock is good, man. I do love some Southern Rock. Yeah, man, freaking... What year was it that I got into Leonard Skinner? Can't remember now. Anyway, Punisher seems safe with Season 2. Yes, Spider-Man Noir versus Gotham by Gaslight Batman. That's actually a really good one. Spider-Man Noir might win, though. Of course, he died. So just recently at the Inheritors, man. That was so bad. So bad. Yeto, it's a shame if the cancellation of Luke Cage means that Mike Coulter is totally out of the MCU. Epic fail. I don't think there's anyone else who makes a better Luke Cage than him. No, there were a couple others that I thought would be just as good. But yeah, honestly, if he's gone, F them. Let Marvel, the Disney streaming service, pick it up. If they cancel it, it's canceled. It's done. So I think that means that Marvel can take it then. Mark Guerrero, hopefully the Inhumans were all killed by the snap. How wrong is that? Sean, do you think that Uncanny Avengers should be monthly or bi-weekly after Disassembled? Well, seeing as there's going to be so many of the X-Men comics out pretty soon, I think that if they just did the thing where X Gold and X Blue, that would actually be fine. Because with it coming out every other week, we're good. Because that's the X-Men and Uncanny X-Men. But if there are going to be other X books also, like I know that Astonishing X-Men is ending pretty soon, which kills me, dude. Like, why? But if they're going to do that, then bi-weekly would be fine, as far as I'm concerned. Bi-monthly, excuse me. Bi-monthly would be fine. What do we got there? Joe Fisher, speaking on TV shows. I hate The Gifted. Really? Got to episode 4 and already took a damn 1-week break. Oh, wow, that's a shame. No new shows this week, so they say. Well, I actually have to catch up. See, Gifted is the worst one for me because I get the majority of my comics on Tuesdays. So if I get my comics on Tuesdays, I'm reading my comic books, I'm doing videos, I'm editing videos, I'm trying to post videos in increments, from 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30, 3:45, 4 o'clock, 4:15, and so on and so forth. I'm trying to put up a good solid 10 issues for you guys to peruse early on Wednesday morning. So at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, on Wednesdays, you guys have approximately 10, maybe a little less, maybe a little more comic books to just, review the heck out of. Like, oh, Professor Bill already read these comic books. Let me see what he thinks about them. Let me see what I think about them. Let me look at the previews. Let me hear what he's saying about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, give you guys something to think about before you actually go to the comic book store in order to purchase. So I'm busy as hell. I don't want to stop and just start listening to freaking whatevs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to stop and start try to watch an hour-long TV show with commercials. Like, that's just a killer for me, dude. I can't be doing that. As it stands, while I'm doing my comics, or while I'm reading my comics, last Tuesday, what's her name? Comic Uno and 3 other people who I've never actually watched before. I never heard of them before, but obviously that's going to change now. I see that they've got a podcast, so every Tuesday, and they talk about the comics that they read during the week. So that's actually really cool. So I'll sit there and I'll listen to them, and I commented, and I got sucked into commenting a little bit too much. I would say something, then I'd have to back it up, and then I'd have to find the research and be like, oh, here you go. Because we were talking about Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider, canceling. Excuse me, I can't even say canceling, just ending. Like that burns. Like that, I loved that series. Absolutely loved that series. So, and now it's over. That's so freaking sad, but it is what it is. Anyway, yeah. So I started watching their podcast every Tuesday. So this coming Tuesday, yeah. But that's something I could just listen to, and I could just once in a while look up and see the comments while I'm reading through my comic books, But I just don't want to be commenting too much while I'm there. But anyway, yeah, Tuesdays is just hard for me. That's like my busiest day is Tuesday, because go to the comic book store, shoot my video for those guys. I got to post it on their, I'm an admin on their Facebook page, so I got to post it on there and everything. And then I got to, finish it up on my end. So it's a lot of work, and then obviously read my comic books, but is what it is. So let's see, Cryptid, it's sad to... Bang. Okay, yeah, so Cryptid, it's sad to know that Maximus really will be spending the rest of his life trapped in Adelan in the MCU. F him. F him. Maybe that's how he goes truly mad. Oh, just jumped. Let's see, how far did it jump? Did I hear that? It's really jumping way too much. I listened to Queen. Nice, Sean. Queen's good, man. Queen's good. I first got into Queen by listening to their 1985 Live at Wembley Stadium tape. The tape. There were 2. I'm sure there's a couple of tapes that I've killed, but I think the first tape that I actually killed was Queen Live at Wembley Stadium. If anybody remembers tapes, reel to reel, it was actually pretty cool. You got to get the pencil and watch Guardians of the Galaxy. You'll see what a tape is. Anyway, with the Walkman, I actually played it on my stereo, and I used to have the dual tape deck, and I would record from one. I would edit them, and I'd sometimes take songs off of the radio, edit them out, and make them into like a big playlist, like just a continuous song, just have like a bunch of words going. Anyway, yeah, I used to have fun, so I used to always do stupid, crazy things like that. Hey, what's up, Raven? How you doing? And then what happened? Anyway, so yeah, I had Queen live from Wembley Stadium, and I just fell in love with it. It was just too amazing, and I wound up actually destroying the tape because I played it too much. That and the greatest hits of the Beatles from Revolution onward. Those 2 tapes, I killed them, and I had to actually go out and buy new tapes. That's when I learned to start backing up my tapes and listening to the backups so I don't destroy the master copies. And then CDs came, and then digital came, and I freaking hate the world. But anyway, so much money I spent in what's now obsolete tech, So, let's see. Novar will be in West Coast Avengers issue 7. That's actually pretty cool. All right, nice. Yeah, I'm starting to do all of Donny Cates' Guardians of the Galaxy, his new Guardians thing. I just put up Moondragon. Those videos don't get a lot of love unless it goes viral. Like Captain Marvel went viral, Cloak and Dagger Explained went viral. But even if they don't go viral, just the idea that they're there, it takes so much work to do these little 2.5 minute videos. But I feel like it's worth it if a couple of people are actually looking and seeing who these characters are. Like, I'm surprised at how many people didn't know that Moondragon is more powerful than Professor X. Like, she could take out a Professor X, no problem. And she was born with no powers. She is not a mutant. She is not an altered human. She's a regular human being who just practiced and learned telepathy and became hella good at it, you know? So go check out 10 Things About Moondragon, explained in a minute or two. I think that this Tuesday I'm going to throw up Phyla... How am I forgetting her name right now? Okay, I actually feel really bad right now that I'm forgetting her name. Give me a freaking break. I know I've got it written down here someplace. Because I just put up a bunch of new ones. Anyway, yeah. Phyla Var... Why can't I remember her name? Anyway, her girlfriend. Basically, Moondragon's girlfriend. I'm going to be putting her up. So, she was Quasar for a little while. She's got the quantum sword. So, Phyla Vel. Jesus. Wow, really? I can't believe that happened. Phyla Vel is her name. Okay. So, Danny should go to Daredevil Season 4. If that isn't canceled, right? If they say they're canceling Daredevil, you know Disney has got something to do with it. Big time. That's what's going on. That's what's up. Isn't Netflix making a Witcher TV series? I think you might be right. You know what's killing me? Is that Amazon canceled the Conan series that they were going to be doing. That's absurd to me. With Marvel Comics getting Conan, putting Jason Aaron on Conan the Barbarian, and them going to have Conan the Savage and some other unnamed Conan book out there, and you're telling me that Amazon was just like, yeah, we're not going to do a Conan TV series. F you, man. Screw you. Screw that. Maybe it'll go to the Disney stream. Maybe the Disney streaming service will say, we'll buy it. I'll option it. We'll buy it. We'll put something together. Give me the deets. I'm really hoping that happens, man, because holy crap, that would be great. If Disney were going to put out something like that, woo! Because imagine the crossovers. All of a sudden, Conan's hanging out and Thor shows up. What now? What now? That would just be sick. We could have that what if. What if Conan met Thor? That'd be badass, dude. Let's see. I listen to instrumental soundtracks. Dude, instrumentals are good. I like me some instrumentals. Joe Satriani wins my love every single time, but I can go with a couple others. Kenny Wayne Shepherd is pretty good like that. Who does Desert Rose and... I can't remember his freaking name. Anyway, yeah, I like me some instrumentals. Stevie Vai could be good too. It's got that jazzy... Ooh, talk about jazz rock. Jeff Beck. Done. I'll listen to some Jeff Beck any day. Lost Luke Cage, but at least we have Black Lightning. There you go, Mark Guerrero. Yeto, I honestly prefer Luke Cage. Black Lightning's kids annoyed the hell out of me. What? They're kids. They're freaking kids. What do you want? Those family dramas, man. Sean, did you hear Amethyst and Gemworld would be in Young Justice #1? No, I did not hear that. Nice. Wonder if Gifted and Legion will be canceled. Those aren't Netflix. I'd be pretty surprised. You know, when Marvel won the movie verse, I don't know if they actually won the TV verse also. I know that Fox wants to sit around and just do news and sports. So did they also sell their TV packages to Marvel? That's actually a good question. Somebody wants to look that up. Special K, what's up, man? No, what's up with you? Sebastian Orduzzo, did you check out Kai Zama? Yes, I did. I looked her up on. I looked it up on Twitter. I'm forgetting what that was. That was a Transformers thing, right? Yes. I looked it up while we were actually talking. I actually discussed it in last week's podcast. Also, what are your thoughts on Infinity Wars by Jerry Duggan and Mike Deodato Jr.? Dude, I already do the videos for that. I already do video reviews for Infinity Wars, so go and check out the actual videos on that. So I'm not just repeating myself, and everybody else here is going, dude, this is boring. We already watched the video. Joe Fisher, Astonishing X-Men was one of the best X-Men. It was actually pretty good, with both writers, Soule and Rosenberg. I was hoping that the team was going to look for Cyclops. You'd figure, right, with Havoc on the team. Okay, we're jumping. Yeto throws in Philovel. Yes, that's right. Thank you on those 10 things about. Mark Guerrero, Batman vs. Professor X, chess match. Oh, Jesus. um, it depends. Does Batman have prep time to keep him out of his head? Because otherwise, Professor X owns it. Batman's gonna be like, I think 25 moves in a head. Yes, and I'm looking at your 25 moves right now. So, Yeto, are there power restrictions on the chess? See, we're already talking about that, man. Deathstroke's Butler Wintergreen should appear in the Pennyworth series. I talked about that before, Mark Herrera. If they don't, then there's something really wrong. Yeah, they do have a past connection. Just the Batman, the Deathstroke versus Batman arc that came out under Christopher Priest. They showed it right there, a really detailed background. So yeah, if they don't have Wintergreen in it, I'd be really surprised at the ball dropping there. Joe Fisher, didn't Netflix make some kind of deal for comic company for shows on Netflix? Yes, they bought the Millarverse, Joe Fisher. So Mark Millar's Millarverse, they own it now. And I don't know, somebody said that he's got a lot of creative control over that. I don't know how true that is. A lot of times people talk without actually investigating this stuff. And sometimes I make the mistake of listening to them without verifying it myself. So I have to act like a manager and just say, somebody said that he does, but I myself don't actually know. Amazon is going to make Lord of the Rings TV series. Yeah, I think I did hear something about that also. I know they want to get into the fantasy world, you know? So if they are going to do that, I don't know, like, where are they going to go with that? They're going to make new legends for them? Are they going to use some of those same characters? Like, I don't know how they're going to do that, man. Like, I don't care about the world itself. I care about the characters. So if it's good, I'll watch it. Shoot, I'll watch it. I'll review it. That would be amazing. Legion has a solid base going. It does. Shoot, they finished the season. I didn't watch season 2 yet. Oops, I'm a little bit behind there, Special K. Yeto, still wouldn't stop Professor X, to be honest. Bill, you start doing reviews for Moon Girl? I may. Yeah, I was thinking that's the main reason why I did want to start reading those back issues of Moon Girl. I think I will. Sentry and Moon Knight end next week. Sentry was a limited series anyway. It was only supposed to be 5 issues. I didn't know Moon Knight was going to end, but I kind of expected it. I'm not... I don't have any kind of insider information because that's just not who I am. But usually when I fall off a series, I get the feeling that after a little while it's going to end anyway, because I feel like I have a pretty even sense of the comic book community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not big enough to influence something like that. I can't say this sucks and everybody just falls off the book. Somebody like a Rob or a Benny could do that, from Comics Explained and Comixology, Comic Storian. Those guys could do something like those guys have that kind of sway where they can say this comic book sucks and then the sales would significantly drop. I do not have that kind of power, so I can pretty willy-nilly say I'm going to drop off the series. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I don't have that kind of pull anyway. I don't want to make decisions for people. I don't want to, I would hate to have that kind of power to make or break a comic book. Holy crap. Could you imagine that? Because you look at some people on the internet and they would love to have that power. You know what I'm saying? They act like they do now. But Moon Knight ending, that, unfortunately, it's not a big surprise to me. It's such a shame, man, because it started off so solid and then it just kind of went, straight down. I wasn't feeling it. If you guys were, cool, but I was not. My favorite Batman run, that would be Jim Starlin's Batman run. That was just amazing. There's a lot to say for Neil Adams' run also, because he had some great people writing at the time. But yeah, Jim Starlin's run, man, absolutely amazing. But then again, Scott Snyder had a really good run also. He had an amazing run also. That can't be argued. Professor X infiltrated the minds of the Exodus's acolytes. Right under Exodus's nose. Exodus is an Omega level telepath too. Yeah, there's a couple out there. There's a couple out there. But she, Moondragon, she's more than that. What is this? Joe Fisher, what's going on? You're like saying things and then deleting them. What's up? I want to read your stuff, man. Just Caleb. Love your reviews on Daredevil Season 3, thank you. Also noticed that phrase went Harley told Nadeem, I used to have 2 kids. Yeah. They made it look like a hit and run. Yeah, that broke me, man. I was like, oh, damn. Like, I turned to my wife and I looked at her and she was like, no, I don't even want to talk about that. I was like, all right, we won't talk about that, but that was good, right? So I don't want to talk about that. I was like, all right. But that was really good. Mark Guerrero, if Amazon wants to do a Lord of the Rings, wonder why they don't just buy the rights to the Similarian. Ooh, Similarian. Yes, exactly. It could work. I think that they could do so. Honestly, I think they could do something like that. They could just take this Similarian, and then just because, like, you look at the overall arcing story from beginning to end, and you can't even take it chronologically necessarily. There are enough stories there and background story that you could add on to the stories that are already there. The idea of Gandalf being like 1/4 angel or something like that, but he's actually 3/4 angel because that's their math. All of that would totally work, man. That would totally work. And if they, you know what? If they made that TV series and just had somebody playing Gandalf as the narrator, we never even have to see him. It could be an animated Gandalf in the beginning, just what do you call it? Sitting down and opening up a book, like sitting down, putting down his staff, taking a quick puff on his pipe as he opens up his book, and then just, and like have a little bit of music there, and then we go right into the story for that week. That right there would be great, and then just have, a Morgan Freeman type voice doing the narration for Gandalf. Holy crap! Tell me you wouldn't watch the hell out of that TV series just for that. So that every so often when the story gets to a certain break, all of a sudden Gandalf's voice comes back and it says, well, now at this point our heroes were, it's like, oh yes! I would be down for that, dude. Sean Sadrai, do you think Bendis is writing too many comics as DC? I think he's writing too many comics. That's what I think. But I've said that a lot. Jose, do you think we can count on Uncanny Avengers being a good long series? I'm hoping. I'm genuinely hoping so. Uncanny is the one that Kelly Thompson is going to be writing, right? Because if so, yeah, I believe that she's good. She's solid. She's good at doing short stories. She's good at doing longer stories. She is a comic book writer. Hard to argue that. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody who tries to do silly little attacks on her, I feel like it's laughable. It's not even worth trying to defend her because it's like, it's asinine. It'd be like saying that Jack Kirby can't draw. Like how do you even answer something like that? Like, is it even worth the time? Like, what are you talking about at this point? So yeah, I think that I think that's the one she's doing, and if so, yeah, I think it's going to be a solid series. I think it's going to be great. She has a great feel for the characters. She knows a whole lot of the characters, and she's going to make each one of the characters have some kind of a say, like actually have a bearing. They're going to be important. Each character is going to be important, Like, as a joke, if Maggot, it's so funny that, like, I asked Kate's, what's one of your favorite X-Men, and he didn't say anything. Not he didn't say anything, but he just started naming, like, a bunch of X-Men, and he's like, what about you? I was like, I like Maggot. So I thought it was actually funny that later on, he goes and says in an interview with, Jesus, what interview was that? The Sideshow Collectibles. He does an interview very recently with Sideshow Collectibles, and somebody asked him the same question. He's like, I don't know, Maggot? And I was just like, okay, that's totally from our conversation. That's cool. That was cool. So, but I feel like Kelly Thompson is the type that she would write Maggot, and she would write a great personality and everything for Maggot, and she would even differentiate between the two Maggots. Like this one would have this personality, this one would have that personality. I genuinely believe that's because that's the kind of writer she is. She would find those little details and just be like, okay, I'm going to do this. So, you know, like maybe this one doesn't like the taste of, you know, mustard wood or something, like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because that would be an interesting part. It's like, hey, what do you call it? Which one of your maggots went and took eeny or meeny? Which one of your maggots, you know, ate this? Oh, well, this one doesn't like mustard wood, so no, that one. Like, I could totally see that happening. Let's see. Yeto, I hope I might be in the minority, but I'm glad to see Jubilee back with her fireworks. With all due respect, Yeto, I just really don't like Jubilee. But it has nothing to do with Jubilee herself. It has to do with the idea that she took over what was supposed to be Kitty Pryde's position as Logan's ward. You know what I'm saying? His protege, so to speak. Like, Kitty Pryde was supposed to be it. I don't know where frickin' Jubilee came in. I've got the first issue of her, but not... I just didn't do it. Didn't like it. Have you seen the Tick TV series? I did. I watched the whole thing. I didn't do a review on it. Can you believe it? It is what it is. But yeah, I watched the whole thing, and I really love how they kept on manipulating our emotions the entire way. Like, is this guy real? Is he not real? Oh, now he's real. Okay, wait, no, but he's not real. Okay, shoot, what the heck is going on here? And then it's like, okay, he's definitely real, but is that real? I loved it. I absolutely love what they did with that. Ghetto, I really liked, okay, I always hated this name. Uniscion. Anyway, that's Unis the Untouchable's, is a daughter or niece? I forget. Anyway, she's related to, she's one of the acolytes of not Apocalypse, of Magneto. She's got that force field capability, especially with her new Mother Vine powers. I really hope she gets some character development as a member of Magneto's Brotherhood. Exactly. She really does need that character development. Sebastian, if Max Comics reopens, from your lips and from your keyboard, from your little fingers, clacking on the keyboard to God's ears, dude. Like, may Alan Fine hear you and say, yes, it shall be done. Ding! If Max Comics reopens, I want Carnage to have an ongoing in it. Perfect. But who should be the creative team? And don't say Donny Cates and Daniel Bayruth because they're in Bourne already. Who should do a Carnage ongoing in a Max series? Whoever they could get who's good, man. What's his name? Cullen Bunn might be able to pull off. If he's not writing 14 other comic books at the same time, Cullen Bunn could, I'm sure, pull it off. He's really good with those mythology type, you know, larger picture stories. You know, like little guy in a larger picture. I think he could pull off something like that. Sean, do you believe, or do you think that X-Men needs a new villain? I'm always down with a new villain, dude. Always down with a new villain. I'm loving that new villain in Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man. I'm loving what I'm seeing there. I have no idea what he even is. It's like he's a Satan of some sort with a big centipede walking around. Exodus is my, Joe Fisher says, Exodus is my favorite acolyte with Fabian Cortez as a close second. Let's see if I could do this without everything jumping. Mark Guerrero, if you could have a retcon from a comic book character, what would you get rid of? For me, it's One More Day from Spider-Man. No, I wouldn't even get rid of One More Day. I would get rid of the second half of the Clone Wars. I would do that, because that's the crap that made us all fall off of comics. But at the same time, maybe it's something that Marvel will learn from. Hopefully. Let's see. Yeto. Oh, no. Caleb is talking here. Kingpin was a beast in Season 3, carefully planning to take over the FBI, and I thought the FBI was kind of untouchable. Daredevil may look like a devil, but Kingpin has the personality of one. Like a crazy devil at that, right? I really did like it. My comments, I think I summed everything up in the final part of I did like 6 different reviews of the series. The final one pretty much summed it up, like, why did he have to go back to jail? Yeto, hey Professor Bill, have you given the Scooby-Doo Apocalypse series a read? I did not. Just got into the series, is actually surprisingly decent. See, surprisingly decent isn't a good sell. It's not a particularly good sell, but I may do a spotlight and story for that. Okay, I just jumped, and it's probably a good thing, because when it jumps, that means there's a whole lot of crazy stuff here. So, I'm going to go down a little bit. Let's go to here. Sean Sadrai, is Glob Herman the best wingman in Marvel? Glob is a pretty good wingman, especially in Mojo, the X-Men Black Mojo. He was freaking awesome in there. I got to give it that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't jump on a grenade, so to speak, but that was pretty good. Yeto, I'd obviously love to see Polaris. Ooh, an Uncanny X-Men. When was the last time that Polaris and Jean worked together? Good question. Actually, really good question. The Gunslinger followed. What's up, Bill? What's up, GF? Shots to dry. So, wait. That's why you don't like Jubilee? Because she developed a father-daughter relationship with Logan too? Yes. That's exactly it. I also didn't like her in the cartoon because she was just annoying. And I actually didn't read... I saw her in the cartoon, the X-Men cartoon from 92, before I read her in the comic books. So even then, I was just like, she's kind of boring. She's vanilla, man. Like this bubblegum chewing and popping chick with the yellow blazer, not blazer, duster on. It's like, I'm just not impressive. Plus, her power set is like boring. She might as well be a Morlock. You know what I'm saying? But then later on, when I actually realized that she was taking over that role, I was really bothered by that, man. Like, that genuinely bothered me because Kitty Pryde was supposed to be that character. And it was just so perfect. And it was so sad. So freaking sad. Yeah, I think I talked to you about that before, Sean, but I guess not. Caleb. Been a while since this to talk. Yep, our sarcasm. Snyder is one of the best Batman writers, in my opinion. Yeah, he really is. I agree. Yeto, the relationship, and it bounced. Okay, wow, a lot of talking. The viewership actually went down, but there's still a lot of talking. So let's see. Yeto, last time Polaris and Jean talked was like close to Genosha Massacre. Okay, you guys are just hanging out. That's why. You guys are just talking with each other. Caleb, I do want to see Mr. Sinister back as a main villain in the upcoming X-Men books. I miss him manipulating from the background. I liked a few action scenes from the Hunt for Wolverine stuff. Yeah, Sinister is good when he's a background villain. When he's an upfront villain, he always gets played. You know, he should be the guy who only uses powers to get away, you know, and tick people off. Or, you know, goes face to face with like a Jubilee, you know, somebody who's, you know, you're going to get a light burst in his face. Maybe you'll do something else that's kind of really cool. But in the end, he snaps her neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of thing. And like he's walking into a next room that's going to completely close off forever once Wolverine comes walking in. Like, that's the way that I think that Mr. Sinister should be played. That's just me, though. But I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'm really bothered that freaking Iceman isn't... I almost feel like I gotta read issue 3 just to, you know, of Iceman, just to see, are they gonna address the things that I hated in that issue? Because, man, that killed me. That crushed my soul. That it just went south so fast, so hard. Wow. It's like, you know, you throw a softball straight up, and it gets slower, comes to a stop, and then starts to, you know, come back down again. This is as if I threw it up and it portaled straight back down and hit me square in my face, like, whoop, bam, ah! You know what I'm saying? Like, that just killed me, dude. But, like, Mr. Sinister's in it, and I was really hoping to see Mr. Sinister in there trying to do it up with Bobby, and, you know, it's like, you're a superpowered guy, I'm going to take your stuff, man. Segment, yes, Segment is on its way. Sebastian, don't forget to review that last Transformers books next week. And is Avatar Press a good company, or does it suck? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. Here, I know like I said, I got issue number 0, 1, and 2 of Avatar Press's Gravel by Warren Ellis. So, you know, I'm going to check it there. I'm pretty sure I've read something else by Avatar, but I jumped again. Oh, hey, Tim Board. You're a little late. No worries. I guess there's a time difference in Japan. What's up, brother? Check it out. Look what I just got for about $2. The first issue of the Rand Thanagar War, the original one. For crying out loud. Go away, light. Predating the Infinite Crisis. So that's pretty good. This is in pretty solid condition, man. A little bit of a tinge here and there, but like the Hawkman with the blue pants and whatnot, love this version, man. He's badass. So yeah, digging on that. Oh, Dick Fillmore saying he struck Dork Gold. Well, I guess that's a good reason to be late, man. But no, that's awesome. Okay, yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing the what you bought on the Facebook group. So Dick Fillmore usually grabs a bunch of old comic books. You got some stuff from Annihilation, didn't you? Didn't you? Admit it. So anyways, if you guys are interested in checking out my Facebook group, I do have exclusives here and there once in a while. Oh, shoot. I've got a, you know what? I'm going to read an indie comic and then throw the review up there early this week. I'll put it up tonight, I think. And then, so like tomorrow morning. And then it'll be available for everybody else on YouTube on Sunday. So if you guys, or Monday, I think Monday. It'll be available on Monday. But anyway, yeah, bang. So let me just go back up again really quick. Tim Board says, a Justice League issue feels like I just sat down to take a midterm. And you didn't study, man. Oh yeah, you're a teacher, so it's easier for you to remember midterms. I don't have to do midterms when I teach, man. I'm literally just doing lesson after lesson after lesson. I don't need to do any grades. But yeah, I feel you, dude. It is really hard to read, and it's killing me because I love Snyder, man, but he's throwing too much at us right now. Yeto, love to see Mr. Sinister put his wits against other brainy supervillains. To be honest, he rarely goes out of the X-Men contest with rogues. It's a really good point. I've seen him work with Carnage. You know what actually be cool? You remember the Intelligentsia? You remember that group from the Hulks, the War of the Hulks, and all that? That if they had the Intelligentsia, I wouldn't actually want Mr. Sinister working on that team. I would like to have Mr. Sinister working against the Intelligentsia, because I do believe that he was in the second incarnation of the Intelligentsia. So I would like to see like him and the leader going at it back and forth with each other, you know? Like, you didn't earn, you know, what you've done. I've been around for, you know, nearly forever, and I've been studying this and this and this. You got, you know, a gamma, what was it, like gamma radiation on you, and you know, like a gamma leak, and all of a sudden you became smart. I'm not impressed. And then just these two going at it with each other, that would be great. Man, if nobody else writes that book, I'll write that book. I'm actually gonna have a hard time reading the rest of this because I'm too busy thinking about this stuff. If Mr. Sinister went up against Dr. Doom or something, nope, Doom would destroy him. That would be too much. But if he went against like the leader, that would be totally worth it, I think. Multitasking, listening to you, and reading comic books. I'm Mr. Stark's playlist. Awesome. Raven, I think West Coast Avengers is a little too lampoony. No, it is, but she's purposely writing it that way. Gunslinger followed. What is the best comic you read this week? I enjoyed Venom Annual. New Daredevil story is your favorite this week. Which one was my favorite? Let me pull this up. I actually didn't read the Unstoppable Wasp issue #1. That's the only comic I didn't read yet that I'd gotten this week, but I will. Batman was actually really good for me, dude. Batman was really freaking good. Let's see. Life of Captain Marvel was actually pretty good also. I got to give that. Thor was good. The Venom Annual was all right. It was all right. It wasn't great for me. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. This wasn't a great week. This was a good week for having a lot of comic books. Like, I got a thick stack, and that's just the physical copies. That we're not even talking about my digital copies. But what do you call it? Yeah, they got a bunch of nice ones, but there wasn't that one pick that just made me go, holy crap! Oh, Dick got some stuff that's way older. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. You gonna review the last Century issue? Yeah, I reviewed the first 4. I would definitely review the last one. Hey, what's up, Comic Man Jake? William Dublin, what's going on, dude? Are you doing the Weapon H review? Yes, it's done. It's up, but not for you to view it yet. You'll be able to see that tomorrow. The Weapon H review tomorrow. Just spoiler, I wasn't particularly impressed with it. Joe Fisher, I have Uncanny X-Men 425, and Jean is talking to Lorna at her bachelorette party. Oh, bang! There you go. Yeto. Oh, gotta read. I'm seeing that. Shortly after the Genosha Massacre. Caleb Latiga, what is your favorite Daredevil run? For me, it's a tie between three people, Ed Brubaker, Bendis, and Charles Soule. Really? You actually don't have, what's his name on there? Mine. What the hell? Frank Miller. Really? I'm surprised you don't have Frank Miller on there, because that would probably be my favorite run. But after that, my favorite Matt Murdock run is the current one that Charles Soule is writing. Just saying. Jose, I want to build an awesome Wolverine collection to read and keep. Where should I start? Do I need to start from 1982? And 1988. I wouldn't say you need to, but yes, you do have to have those in it. The first issue from Volume 1, that 4-issue, which Frank Miller and Chris Claremont was just talking about Frank Miller, that first issue could run you $100 if you don't look really hard, and it depends on the quality that you want. Do you care too much about the quality? You probably don't want a ripped cover, but are you okay with, some wrinkles and, things like that? Because I usually am. I'm more interested in just the idea that I own this comic book. It doesn't have to be the best damn, comic cover that there is, but everybody's different. But yeah, you kind of, those other 3 issues, maybe they'll probably cost you $20. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking in the right places. If you look in the wrong place, they'll try and charge you like $60 or above. That's too much. But yeah, definitely look for those. You need those, and you're gonna need issue 1 through from the second volume. And then a bunch of key issues from the X-Men. You're gonna need a whole bunch of them. Yeah. Plus, a Wolverine collection, dude. You gotta understand. You're almost better off looking for Batman and Superman. There's a lot of Wolverine out there. Just like Spider-Man. Okay, yes, Black Widow will get a new issue in January. Sean, who's writing Black Widow? Do we know yet? Joe Fisher, I want to see Mr. and Miss Sinister go at it over some DNA clones. Ooh. See, that could actually be really cool. Ooh, and what if they made out? Because, would that be like a go F yourself kind of thing? Because I'm just saying. I wonder what a female me would look like, and would I be hot? Huh, interesting. Anyway, I think they hinted that the mother, not sure about the dad. You're welcome, Jose. No problemo, mi hombre. The Venom Annual gave me a craving for a Wolverine Venom team-up, right? I mean, they've teamed up before, but never on a personal level. I'd love to see Eddie Brock relating to Wolverine and vice versa. Yeah, pretty much. I would love to, if Wolverine were to give that sagely advice and be like, why do you care? Why do you care what people think about you? What's it matter? People say things about me all the time. Never helped in the slightest. Holy crap. Sean just pulled it off right there. Sinister versus Jackal. Boom, right there. That would actually be really cool. Gunslinger followed. I need a bookmark while reading through Shuri. It's so much info, and I'm still not sure what the hell is going on. Yeah, I think that she's going to get it. I think that issue 1 is just her getting it all out of the way. Remember, she's still got the mind to write a novel. I don't hold it against her in the slightest. She's a ridiculously smart person. She's got a whole lot of good things to say, and I feel like she does know the character really well. I think that I don't know if she cares what we think in that regard, like if she's gonna be worried that we think this, that, or the other thing. But I do think that she has to not worry so much about what anybody's saying about her. Oh, I never put the podcast up on the Twitter machine, on the Twitter. Not box. Worry so much about. Whoa! I just heard me talking. That was weird. Let me actually share this on Twitter at the very least. Yeah, I'm not even gonna put any tags. I'm just gonna throw it up that, hey, I'm on Twitter right now. But anyway, so what happened? I feel like she's still writing like it's a novel, and that issue 1 was her introduction. In the back she had the foreword. And I think that chapter 1 is going to be, part of the second issue, and she's going to kind of work like that. And I hope that she doesn't. I hope that she learns how to find her comic book voice, because it's going to be kind of necessary, but we'll see. You should ask Phantom X. He can answer that question about Mr. and Miss Sinister. Where did he come across Mr. and Miss Sinister? Was it at the same time, or were they separate? Yeto. Raven, I thought your female clone was Gigantra. Who's Gigantra? I don't know who Gigantra is, but that's funny. Joe Fisher, wasn't Madeline Pryor back time to time in the X-Men book? Madeline Pryor as the Goblin Queen did show up recently in X-Men Blue, I think it was. Yeah, Blue. Sebastian, would you make Carnage outmatch Captain Hydra as the worst besides his chaotic legacy? I like Captain Carnage better than Captain Hydra, because we haven't gotten enough of Hydra Cap yet. I'm hoping that the Punisher series gives us a lot more of him and makes me go like, holy crap, because it's worth it. Okay, I'm getting... Oh, dude, you got a lot of freaking repeats in here, dude. I'm looking at the Eye of Agamotto segment. You got a lot of repeats in here. So, Forza Company, I guess. Nate Gray made out with Madeline Pryor. Yeah, that's kind of weird. He made out with a clone of his mom. Like, there's just something so wrong about that. I think that he did, but it was left rather ambiguous. Caleb says, I meant the Mr. and Miss Sinister kiss. Phantom X slept with the female clone of himself along with... Oh my god. You gotta love you some Phantom X, right? Okay, so let's get rid of the Kingpin here. And let's... Oops. Oh, I froze the wrong thing. That was silly. Okay, so let me just... Ka-chow! Alright, it's time for the segment, the Eye of Agamotto. So, we got, okay, we got some Justice League action. Guys, I don't think I'm going to like Martian Manhunter, the series. We'll see. It's 12 issues. I think Steve Orlando is doing it. I don't know I'm going to like it. Even just this, it just looks silly. And I had a feeling it was going to be silly because Orlando was going to be on it, and I don't want it to be silly. Oh my. Look at Silencer, issue number 12. God. 1, she is sexy as hell. 2, I don't even care how sexy she is. It's just a freaking awesome comic book. 3, for the sake of conversation, she is sexy as hell. Okay. Teen Titans Annual. Tell me I'm not really going to see Jason versus Damian, because that is a dream come true right there. Seeing these two going at it head to head. Ooh, down with that. Yeah, Wonder Woman number 62. Well, just Wonder Woman period. She's going to be going up against Ares pretty soon in G. Willow Wilson stuff. So hopefully that's going to be good. I don't know if you guys noticed on Runaways, that issue will come out tomorrow also. Tomorrow, I think that's the last one I'm putting out tomorrow. So about 5 o'clock, I think, Runaways will come out. Boom Shakalaka, Alex Wilder is back again after his little trip with the... Power Man and Iron Fist. Here we go. Doctor Strange number 400. Boom. We still got that new uniform that Doctor Strange is sporting. Digging on that, man. The Immortal Hulk. Issue number 11. Look, he's emaciated in hell. And then issue number 12. Still looking all skinny and scrawny. And here's... You remember that version of Mephisto from back in Nochi's? Nochi, right? I can't remember her whole name. Nicolette Nochi? Anyway, her version of, along with, who drew that? Junior. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't like his work anymore. Are you kidding me? I'm forgetting his freaking name. Wow, I've been traumatized. I can't remember his name right now. But anyway, Junior, the guy who created the Punisher's son. Anyway, that knucklehead, they did that version back in Daredevil, way back in the day. So, Amazing Spider-Man, trying to save J. Jonah Jameson from the bad guys. Conan, man. Like, everybody's got to try Conan. Everybody's got to jump on that. That's going to be some crazy hyper adrenaline stuff right there. Oh, Winter Soldier, Part 2. Who is this? Is this Bucky? That's actually pretty cool. It's showing some psychological stuff. It looks like Bucky there, but it could be anybody. But if that is Bucky, trying to take the shot at Winter Soldier, Think about that. John Romita Jr., thank you, Special K. I just couldn't freaking remember his name. Yes, John Romita Jr. originally drew that. Oh, Shuri issue number 4. Cole. Yeah, Avengers number 12. Black Panther makes a support staff. Like, what's up with the apes? I'm so tired of seeing the apes in the freaking comic books, man. I don't want any more apes. Can we go apeless, please? Sean says that's a new character based off of Winter Soldier. Okay, awesome. I'm down with that. Thank you for that clarification, Seth. Oh, what is this? In Mr. and Miss X number 7, there's the Mojoverse. They are in the Mojoverse. Okay, so let's see what Kelly Thompson does with Mojo in the issue number 7 of Mr. and Mrs. X. Oh, and that's it. That's it for the stuff. Knowing Flame, thank you for retweeting my my thing. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Okay, yes, we're finished here. Let me close that puppy up. So, Dial H for Hero is coming back. Dustin, nice. That's actually pretty cool. That's Gorilla Man, you say, huh? I don't know about Gorilla Man, man. Freaking Gorilla Man. Are you viewing those future comic book covers? Where? Oh, I'm viewing them. Sean Sadrai, who you see in the chat, he actually sends me all this stuff for the segment so that I can take a look. So that's like his contribution every week. That's where he shows me. So I got that off my Twitter messages, the my private DMs. Let's see. Caleb, the latest Immortal Hulk issue was pretty good. Still to see Thor's tooth flying in the panel. Again, I just take it that he was sucker punched. Ooh, Maverick. I didn't like Maverick, Joe Fisher. I didn't like... He was just way too... Oh, man. Like, too much like so many other B-list characters out there. I know he had a cool look back then, but maybe they did a new look for him. That would be cool. But anyway, Caleb, yeah. If like, he was the first person who got hit, if I remember correctly. He didn't, even get the chance to start talking. I'm imagining that he just got sucker punched and lost that tooth. Because Hulk can hit, Hulk can take it more than Thor can. But I do believe that without Hulk getting infuriated, that Thor can dish it out better to begin with. And I know they're going to, if Thor ever went fully cosmic, like, that's a big argument. But, like, my personal take on it is that when push comes to shove, even without the hammer, I do believe that Thor could take Hulk. But the problem is, Thor would have to do something that he would, for the most part, never do. He would have to enter full Berserker mode, get that warrior's rage about him, and he would just never do that because he is friends with Banner. I'm not just talking about in the movies. He knows that this is Banner. He would always hold back, and not just a little. He would hold back a lot. So we'll never... That's the whole thing about Thor that a lot of people don't understand, and that's on them, is that Thor will never not hold back. Yeah, he will never not hold back. There we go. Had to measure my double negatives there. Yeah. So anyway, Creek Evil. So in Mr. and Miss X number 4, didn't a human chick become Smasher, the first human to be in the Shi'ar Imperial Guard since Hickman's Avengers? You'd figure she'd vouch for Rombit. Rombit. Oh, you lost me at Rombit. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, this is true, but that's like the Imperial Guard, man. That's a lot of members to go and start investigating. I would put that on editorial, if anything else. But even then, she is still going to be looking out for what she believes is the greater good. While Gladiator will oftentimes get things messed up, the Imperial Guard is a really important spacefaring Guardians of the Galaxy type group. So, they do a lot of good in the universe. So when somebody makes them doing something that we know is bad, we always have to assume that they're not, these guys don't realize that what they're doing isn't great. Or it's like we ultimately answer to the Shi'ar Empire. So as far as vouching for Gambit and Rogue, yeah, but that's a different planet. And we're worried about our, federation of planets. And besides, in the Marvel Universe, nobody likes Earth. Nobody. Let's see. Special K, I got one. I wish Superior Foes of Spider-Man would come back by Spencer. At least the team in his Spidey book. Oh, I'm positive they're coming back. I'm 100% positive that they're coming back. Let's see, Mr. Stark. What would you think about Damian Wayne and Hit Girl crossover? Right there, I think you just made what could be a freaking amazing series, man. Holy crap, that would be amazing. That's a great idea right there. Like, you should actually get like money in the mail from Millar and Marvel for that, or excuse me, and DC for that. That's a great idea. Caleb Latiga. Thor dishes better than Hulk. It's been known for years. He tricked Hulk and threw him into threw him into space and fear itself. Yeah, I know. When he had to. But like I said, it's the holding back thing. That Smasher chick is married to Cannonball. Correct, Sean Sadrai. Jose, I think Thor was holding back when he brought Phoenix Wolverine. Yeah, especially with Odin Force Thor, definitely. Yeto, plus he's really old and he's not entirely sure of himself anymore. I think that's why the Penn Stare was so effective against him in that issue. Yeto, I'm excited for the Black Order comic. I don't see too much promise in Supergiant coming back. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But if Ebony Maw cuts loose and really starts trolling people, I think it might be good, right? Yeto, I also like to know if Maw actually knows how to fight. Good point. It kind of seems like she does, taking on Farine from Lethal Legion and holding Corvus back unarmed. Yeah, I'm wondering if she didn't use her mind for a lot of that, though. You know, like cause somebody like a lot of cloudiness in their head. Caleb, I want to see one of Thor's most powerful attacks, the Anti-Force and the God Blast. Hope Jason Aaron uses more of it in the future. Here's the thing with that. A lot of the things that Thor does like that, like even his Unfettered Might, has he actually used it more than twice in the comic books? There's a lot of stuff that people will use in the comics, but they'll only use it once, and nobody else will really check it again, you know? I know it's a weird thing, and we'd like to see them use it more often, but one of the things that makes it so amazing is that it's only used once, like when he absorbed Loki, you know? I've said oftentimes, here's my opinion on Thor. Thor is not Marvel's Superman. You know, originally that's what DC said. Oh, you made Thor to be a replica of Superman. Yeah, kind of. You know what's the real Superman in the Marvel Comics? Mjolnir. Mjolnir is Superman. Superman has kind of an omni ability. You want him to do anything, he'll do it, because that's what he does. He has the power to do pretty much anything. Now, as far as a Mjolnir, while Thor can't necessarily do anything, when he's got Mjolnir, he's able to do anything with it, you know? And it kind of makes sense because it's full of magic, full of science, full of badassery. So, hey, I need the hammer to make this lightning storm that just destroys everything around me. Done. I need the hammer to be able to teleport me through dimensions. Done. I need the hammer to be able to absorb my brother and send him to a different realm. Done. You know, I need the hammer to be able to, whatever you're going to say, done. Because that's what the hammer does. Whatever Thor needs it to do, that's what it can do. It has an omni power. It's an omni device. So that's kind of the way that I look at Thor versus Superman. Mjolnir is the real kicker in that one. Supergiant was revived after Infinity, then she died again in No Surrender. Happens. Caleb, Hulk is the physically stronger, but Thor is more powerful in versatility and more power options. 100% agreed. Because Marvel hates her. Yeah, it's funny. Okay, I'm going to have to stop for a second on that one. That was really good. Joe Fisher, how some writers make Warpath fly and others don't. I know, right? What's up with that? But the Astonishing X-Men, that was actually really funny. Oh, I think we need a fastball special, my friend. What are you doing, you idiot? I could fly. That was just perfect. That was perfect. Yeah, sometimes I actually forget that he could fly. I don't think I'm going to forget anymore, but I actually used to forget that he could freaking fly because most of the times he wouldn't do it. It's just such an odd power that he got, considering how his brother died, you know? It's like, man, if you would have just let your mutant powers expand a little bit more, maybe you could have flown right out of that you know, face first nosedive. So let's see. Special cases. I say Gladiator because Marvel says he also has identical powers to Superman. Not only that, but his name is Kalark. But there's also Hyperion, and there's so many other ones that you can name. I'd say Silver Surfer's Marvel Superman. See what Dick says, you know? Like, there could be a lot of different versions of Marvel Superman, a whole lot of them. Anyway, I just reached the end, and I did promise my wife I was going to try and cut things short because we're thinking about moving to Toronto. Now, mind you, if I move to Toronto, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to Mississauga to do the Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles This Week in Comics anymore, which would make it really freaking hard. So hate mail towards my wife if you don't like that idea. But we're going to have to see. But we actually have the possibility of actually purchasing a condo out there. Really good price, close to her job, and stuff like that. So we'll see. So we talked about it a little bit before the podcast, so we really got to get down to the brass tacks and talk about it now. But yeah, anyway. Oh, and all of a sudden, everybody shunned Mark Guerrero, just kind of like shun him. We don't talk to Mark Guerrero now. He had to go pick up some pizza. I hate you so much right now. Creek of All didn't see the Age of X cover in Eye of Agamotto. Weird how X-Men, Jesus Cable, is now older, but as of Extermination, Cable looks like classic X-Men, and that's Raza cover is ungodly. Yeah, I love me some Raza, man. William Dublin, what do you think of some Sentry abilities will now be? Yeah, that's actually a good question because it looks like he's going to be more powerful now. But hey, Sentry is another version of Superman in Marvel Comics, right? Nope, somebody talked there. Mark Guerrero, I don't know who that is. Anyway, hate you so much, Mark. It's probably good pizza, too. At least tell me it's bad pizza. At least tell me there's pineapple on it. Then we'll kind of welcome you back into the fold. But for now, we don't like you. Because I'm imagining some nice deep dish someplace, man. Oof. Special K, as long as you keep your YouTube channel. Oh, I would keep the YouTube channel, absolutely. And thank you for the congrats. I would absolutely keep the YouTube channel. It's just I wouldn't do that one This Week in Comics video anymore. Unless I found a local comic book store that's willing to do that, you know, down there. But I don't think I could drive into Mississauga just to do that video, man. Right now, it's only like 10, 15 minutes away, you know, at worst. But I ain't driving no hour and a half to you know, one way just to do a lousy video like that. We'll see. We'll see what's up. Jose, thanks for the evening. Hey, no worry, brother. No worries. Really see you next time. Love you guys so much. Too bad with Gotham Central, but congrats on the movie. Hey, I didn't say I was going to move. I said we're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. Caleb and everybody. All right. So, you know what? I know why Mark Guerrero is not even responding. Because his fingers are nice and greasy from the nice tasty pizza. We hate you so much. We hate you so much. So, everybody say goodbye by saying we hate you, Mark, as I'm about to go out. So, talk to all you guys later. Maybe even you, Mark. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.